Yeah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will talk about listening technique or listening skill, especially in greeting, verbal, and electronic resource. And the first one is about greeting. Greeting is very important in our life. With good greeting, with the effective greeting, we can have a good correlation. We have a good connection with the other people, especially because we are as a health provider. So we have to make a good communication with our client, so the care technique that we will do our client will be going effective and effectiveness. Okay, let's see about greeting. Yeah, greeting, of course, it was a essential part of effective communication. Of course, in every communication, it will be start with greeting. A good greeting, it will determine how the quality of the communication will be. And we have to pay attention and making an effort to hear what the other person is saying. So we all also know that communication is two-way direction. It cannot be only one-way direction. So we have to hear, we have to respond what other people was saying. And greeting is not an instant capability. It requires constant practice. With a lot of practice, we can practice our greeting technique. So we have a good capability in greeting. And of course, we know that being a healthcare worker, it is a good communication skill. And every communication, it must start with greeting. So we have to make sure that our self is capable in doing listening technique. Okay. Okay. What is active listening? Active listening is building a rapport and understanding with the speakers and allow them to freely express their view. It motivates them to say more. So, how we can make our client to say more? This can will happen if we can build a good rapport. We can build a good understanding between us and the client. And then we have to eliminate distraction by moving to a quiet area for the conversation. We have to protect the privacy of the client. Okay, so we have to protect too from the other voice that can be disturb our communication. And then listen attentively. Express interest in what people are saying and don't interrupt. Do not interrupt. So let the client talking as they wish, and we have to give the response after they finish their sentence. And then be alert and maintain eye contact with the speaker, okay? Because we're talking in two-way direction, okay? Try to feel what the speaker is feeling. So we have to be empathic. What is the client is feeling? Maybe the client feeling joy, sadness, or fearful. And then facilitate empathy and better communication. Pay attention to what is not said. Of course, we're talking about non-verbal cues. Non-verbal, it means that body language. We have to see the face, the mimic, we have to see the body, the gesture, and the hand and the other thing. And the eyes, maybe the tears and the other. Okay. It is often the most usual way of giving positive feedback to someone is, I hear what you're saying and take it seriously. But you cannot only say that, yes, or for too long without sounding false. Okay. So the best way to give response if we have to give maybe a longer sentence, so the client can know what we feel, what we empathic to her. Okay. Beware of any prejudice. You know prejudice itu adalah penilaian selintas ya, persepsi kita without we know what is the real condition of the client, or we can say misconception between us and the client. See the other person point of view. We have to be polite. We have to be patient, ya, sabar, ya, to wait until the patient finish the sentence. Okay, and then keep your temper under control and maintain a positive attitude. Okay, sometimes we have to manage our emotion. When the client said crying, we cannot be as crying too like the client. We cannot be angry. Perhaps where the client talk about her very, I don't know, very annoying. She got a very annoying from the other people, annoying. I don't know, like maybe her husband is mad to her and give a physical rude like that. So, but we have to keep our temper under control. We have to keep patient, okay? Only empathic, but not sympathetic, okay? Wait for the speaker to pause to ask clarification, to ask clarifying question. So we have to wait we have talking before, we have to wait the client to finish the sentence. We cannot cut the sentence, okay? And then reflect back what the speaker is saying. In other words, to clarify, okay? To clarify and not asking another thing beside what the client talking, okay? Hanya menanyakan, hanya untuk mengklarifikasi apa yang telah disampaikan oleh klien, tidak menanyakan hal lain dari luar yang telah disampaikan oleh klien. Okay? Ask question only to ensure understanding, like this, ya. Yeah? This correlation with the before sentence. Okay. Give the speaker regular feedback. Okay, you must be thrilled, or I can see how that could be confusing. It shows that we are empathic to our client. Allowing the speaker to confirm or correct your feedback. Okay. Full listening. Okay. This was some attitude and positioning. Yeah. Make assumption without hearing the complete sentence from the client. Yeah. Create resistance and hostility. Create resistance and hostility is mean that we make the barrier with the client. We put ourselves higher than the client, so we cannot feel like the way the client is feel. Okay. We motivate the speaker, okay? It means that we try to cut the motivation of the speaker. We try to cut the willingness of the speaker, the client, to talk the problem, okay? Inhibit their development and create dependence on the listener, okay? Inhibit like the before sentence, okay? This one we were cut the client, so the client cannot explore their feeling. The client cannot explore what the client is feeling, like maybe what she experienced and the other. There is some negative listening habit to avoid. Okay, the first one is the faker. The faker is all the outward sign all there, like nodding, making eye contact and giving the occasional yes, that's right. Okay. But it was fake, ya. That was fake, ya. Oke, jadi sebenarnya si pendengarnya itu tidak memahami, tidak melakukan tidak empati, tidak merasa terjalin komunikasi yang baik, tapi hanya palsu, ya, hanya seolah-olah melakukan kontak mata, tapi ini kosong, ya. This is the faker, palsu, okay. And then the interrupter. Doesn't allow the speaker to finish ask clarifying question or seek more information from the speaker. Too anxious to talk him or herself. Yeah, this one the interrupter is mean we are only focused on ourselves. Yeah, we not be patient. Kita nggak sabar, waiting for the client to explore what they experience. Okay, this interrupter. Okay, pengganggu. And then the quick switch. So the quick switch is mean that the third line or that's nothing. This is what happened to me. I remember when I went. This one similar to the interrupter, yeah. This one similar to the interrupter because the main focus is ourselves, not the client. Okay. And then is the rebuttal maker. Only listen long enough to form a rebuttal. Rebuttal apa? Rebuttal itu adalah resisten, pembantahan, ya. They are argumentative and want to prove you're wrong. So when we talk to this person, what we said is always wrong. What we experience is always lower than what they experience. Okay, it's a rebuttal maker. Okay, and then the advice giver. Giving advice is something helpful. But however, at other time, this interprets with good reasoning because it does not allow the speaker to fully articulate their feeling. Okay, be careful when we give some advice to our client. Yeah, we have to let them finish what they talk, what they experience, how they feel, and then we can try to give story, try to give another opinion, yeah, some opinion. So, but the first choice, it should be by the client, not us, okay? Okay, and greeting. Greeting, the function of greeting is to serve an important function in building and maintaining social relationships. We said before, yeah. Whether as used as tool to just demonstrate politeness or to enhance the hearer positive face. Conversation partner can acknowledge can acknowledge as other presence. Okay, yeah. So with greeting, we can building a good relationship, yeah. And also greeting is used as a tool to demonstrate politeness, kesopanan. Okay. Greeting behavior can be influenced by the relationship between the speaker, yeah, me and you, teacher and the student. Maybe we have a partner in work, yeah, and another thing, maybe like a doctor and the client, midwife and the client, okay, midwife and the maybe like college, like a nurse and the other one, okay. The social contact at hand, okay, like study, work, like consultation, and the other, as well as cultural difference that govern the politeness norms. Okay, different country will be have a different mode of greeting. See, for the first one is look, yeah, look them in the eyes. When you talk with them, make a eye contact, yeah, particularly during the greeting. Prolonged eye contact signal either aggression or sexual interest. So do not stare. Do not stare. I was stare right now. Okay, stare is not polite. Okay, make the eyes friendly. Smile and mean it. Ya, sungguh-sungguh gitu ya. While smile, do not reach the eyes. Ya, do not reach the eyes. Ya. So whatever you do not pretend. Jangan berpura-pura. Okay. It is difficult to control your eyes, so the best way is to control your feeling, yeah. Or as we follow our feeling when our feeling happy, when our feeling was welcome to the client, or as we also talk the same thing. Okay, tell yourself that is a human just like you, who deserve your respect, whatever else you may think, whatever our client condition, whatever our client background. Okay, smile inside first. Let it grow and then project out, yeah, with radiant warm, okay? And then project. Just with how you look at them, you send a big message, okay? You can show and build confidence. You can project authority or other attribute. In fact, you will always projecting something. The trick is to project that what you want them to reach, okay? Yeah. Well, look, we have 3 points. Look them in the eyes. Don't be fake, yeah. Smile, don't be fake too. Then project. Okay, project, yeah. We have to send the message, yeah. Send the message that we are ready to help them. Okay, so it will help them to have a good correlation. We have a relationship with us. And then speak. The first one is say their name. Okay, say their name. With saying their name, it will be more polite, it will be more warm. Okay, and then introduce yourself, yeah. If you don't know already them, yeah, to know them, yeah. A simple neutral introduction is to say your name and employer, yeah. Okay, okay, we can say our name and we can say their name. Okay, okay. At least we can say our name if we don't know their name. If we don't know their name, okay. And then greeting as promotion, yeah. In this, depending on your situation, you can use the word to the greeting to promote what you are selling or even yourself. I'm the midwife. I will help you today to check your body position, to check your body condition. Body condition. The midwife today that help you to give somehow education about how to conduct the mastitis, about to conduct the lactation technique, like that. Okay. When somebody asks you who you are, instead of answering fine, thank you, add something about what you want to say. Okay, yeah. So we have to a long sentence. It will be more polite. It will be more warm. Okay, yeah. Like I'm very well and looking forward to working with you today. It will be very fun. Okay. And then act, yeah. In act, we have to shake hand. Okay, shake hand. And then kiss, bow, or whatever, depend in the mode, yeah, the modus in every country, in every social condition, yeah. Okay. Handshake can tell a lot about a character and can show aggression, assertion, or passivity in the first moment of greeting. Generally, a firm handshake is best, but not a bone crusher. So be soft when you are handshake with the other people. Try to make the other person pressure. If they go in, do not squeeze their hand. If you are a man, be particularly careful when shaking hands with women. Okay, We have to know our client, how strong they will have a second, yeah, and second, yeah. If they were not too strong, if they're lean, lembut gitu ya, we have to membalasnya. We have to make a handshake after limb too, okay. But when we are handshake with another person, like with different gender, yeah, we have to try to be careful, yeah, be careful, because it can be make there is another feeling, yeah. Okay, we have to be careful. Okay, greeting is a social ritual that varies directly across culture, both within a country and particularly across country. Yeah, different country with different condition, different culture. Okay, in many Eastern countries, bowing is often important, including how long you bow, how long you bow, seberapa rendah kita membungkuk dan seberapa sering, ya. In other countries, hugging and kissing can be from mandatory to forbidden. Like Indonesia is more forbidden in hugging and kissing with different gender. Yeah. Thank you. That was a greeting. And another material is about information resource. We will talk about electronic source and verbal source. Okay. The e-resource, electronic resource, offer convenience to the user. Of course, ya. Apalagi kalau kita sedang di masa pandemi ya, banyak daring ya, it's very important, it's very convenient, it's very useful, okay? The electronic e-resource are also known as online information resource, that is covering bibliography, electronic book, okay, or search engine for search engine for full textbook, okay, digital collection, like we can submit, we can going into a journal database, and or we can print results which have been scanned and digitized, yeah. Okay, maybe it was printing, yeah, it was printed and then it was scanned and digitized and it was uploaded in the electronic information resource, yeah. Access to the electronic resource may be free, yeah, it may be free via internet, of course, but using quota, yeah, or may be available against a fee, okay, or maybe it could be should be as making us to make a payment, pembayaran, ya. There is some advantage of e-resource, ya. The first one is maybe access over the internet, ya. The user need not physically, doesn't need to physically visit the library, ya. The user might download the article and save them in our PCs, okay. The same resource, like article or journal, may be accessed by many users at the same time. Doesn't matter, ya. Satu sumber, satu jurnal mungkin bisa diakses dari banyak orang, dari banyak lokasi, ya, pada waktu yang sama, ya, waktu bersamaannya. E-resource may be accessed from anywhere, anytime, as per the convenience of the user. Okay, the user may search a large number of results in one go through a single search interface. Okay, yeah. So we type the only one keyword, we can see that there is so many menu of the material that suitable with our keyword. Okay, e-resource also provide usage statistics with help the library staff in finding out the usage of the product, ya. Jadi kalau e-resource itu kan nanti memunculkan angka, ya, atau orang yang mengakses, ada komentar-komentar apa. Ini this was make the become the evaluation by the one that make the e-resource, okay, ya. Article issues of the journal appear online before their print version. Yeah, as usually, e-resource was appear faster online than the print version. Okay, hypertext format and link of e-resource lead user to relate content and article. It was very good, yeah, because by typing one keyword, you can find when we enter one material, from that it can be connection with another material that maybe it will help us to learning or to find another material that correlate with our theme right now. Okay. Lecture research have audio, video, and animation content, which is not present in print format. The subscription of e-research help libraries in saving space. Okay, terus perpustakaannya menjadi lebih longgar, ya. But there is some disadvantage of e-research. Yeah? The first one, the readers need to have access to internet, of course. Yeah? If a library cancel or stop subscription to a journal, it will be stopped too. We cannot read it. We cannot try to find it. It will be lost from our accessibility. Okay. Whereas the physical copy, one spot always remain in the possession of the library. Okay, use of the eraser in the reading on screen, which is tedious ya, tedious and harmful ya, jadi mengganggu mata ya, kemudian juga berbahaya untuk kondisi tubuh kita. E-journal is an e-journal has been defined as a periodically publication, as periodically ya, maybe twice a year, once a year ya. It may be weekly, fortnightly, monthly, and the other. Yeah. The term electronic journal has been used for the following: an electronic version of an established print journal like Cell, New Scientist, and the other. This one some example of the journal name. Yeah. Usually journal was content from the research result or maybe like pengabdian masyarakat ya, masukkan ke dalam jurnal. And then ebook, yeah. An ebook, also known as electronic or digital book, is a text and image-based publication in digital form. It is produced and published to be read and on computer, yeah, okay. Ebook or the digital equivalent of standard printed book. Ebook are available in wide variety of format, yeah. Most of the ebook is payable, yeah, not to be free. Yeah, need to be free. Yeah, we have to pay some fee so we can have the ebook. Okay, that's all the material today is about building and information resource. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.